Welcome to Black Excellence Network on the couch. I'm Toby Zizwe Mswedi, and once again we're here as we normally do to bring you the different personalities from politics, business, and today we're fortunate enough, of course, to have another sports personality in a form of Mr. Mdakane. Say welcome to Black Excellence Network.
How's it? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. It's amazing. This is, by the way, the first. I'm not gonna say a first person of color, but the first black person to win the Premier GTC Tour. I don't know. It's GCT Tour.
Global Touring Car Championship.
It's
Car level.
Global Touring Championship. The first black person to do that. So we need to know more from him. That how did it come about? A black child on car racing. This is really amazing. I need to know more on that one. Tell us about it. If I was to say, I'm just somebody who doesn't know anything about you, who is Mdakane?
Name's Mandla Mdakane. I'm a Joburg born boy.
Okay.
Uh, been in Joburg basically most of my life and started racing, got into motorsport at the age of 4 years old through karting. And,
But then before we go there to starting it, I mean, most black children, like they
Yeah.
normally, we grow up, especially in Johannesburg. You grow
Yeah.
up here, it's all about playing soccer. You got a lot of teams around your academies that they
Yeah,
promote soccer. Why all of a sudden you just choose to go for racing? What happened? What sparked that?
I mean, of course, I guess normal sports here is soccer, cricket, rugby,
Yeah.
but which we all do most kids do at school, and but I guess I was lucky enough. My dad used to race back in the day, and he'd take me along to the track. So as a little kid, I'd wander around while he was busy, and I stumbled across the little go-kart circuit. So as time went on, I eventually asked him, "Do you mind while you're busy? Just can you let me have a go here with the other little kids that are driving the go-karts?" And from the first time, as soon as I got out, I decided that no.
So that was at the age of 4.
Yeah, at the age of 4.
I mean, I'm just trying to see at the age of 4, how many like incidents did you have, like crashing the go-kart? How did it happen?
Yeah, well, I guess motorsport is a dangerous sport, but
Yeah.
I always like to think that anything's dangerous, but we take all the necessary precautions with all the safety gear and everything. But as a little kid, yeah, we did have a few accidents here and there. I've cracked ribs, a few ribs,
Oh.
broken a finger.
But at least it's just the ribs. Nobody can see that it's hidden
Yeah,
and the
no one
face
can
is still
see,
fresh,
but I pray a lot, so I guess the man upstairs always keeps me safe, and the
Okay.
doctors patch me together pretty good.
And then you continue the
I
stuff.
can get back as soon as possible.
Now then, let's put it this way: from the age of 4, you started racing, and then from there, you go on. You go study, by the way, you go to school. It's school, primary
Yeah.
school, crash. You go up high school and stuff like that. How did you balance between now racing and then you take it that okay, I'm racing, but at the same time, I need to focus on my studies? How did that come about?
It was a little difficult because on a race weekend I'd have to be at the track from Thursday and Friday, and then we race on the Saturday or maybe and Sunday. So it was we had to kind of balance it with with schools, and of course school didn't like me.
School didn't like you.
Almost every Friday and Thursday, I'm not in class, but
Okay.
I'd have to, of course, when I'm at the track, when I'm off the car or the carts, I'm in the books just catching up on my homework and whatever. After a race day, of course, I may be tired, but still I need to make time and
But
jot down and
How
study.
how was the performance now with academic ways? How was it?
I did manage to, my marks didn't drop
Drop,
immediately
okay.
because, I mean, my parents were very big on school, so they said, we don't mind you racing, but your marks you still need to perform and pass well in every subject. So as well, I took upon myself to find how to find a happy medium and balance and keep my marks up, and everything works out well in the
Smart.
end. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Then look at it this way now. From there, it's primary school. You're going to high school, all the way just rolling.
Yeah.
Then now you told me something that your parents they said unless you finish school, they can't allow you to go do your racing professionally. As the agent came to take you before you finish matric, tell us about that.
Yeah, I went to Malaysia to
Okay.
go and test in a series called Formula BMW.
Which year was that?
Uh, jeez.
I know numbers.
Maybe 09 or 10, possibly somewhere
Okay.
there. And that was like my first big introduction to, I guess, a single-seater car, and Formula BMW is a step that many Formula One drivers have taken,
Yeah.
like Sebastian Vettel.
Okay.
He was very good in Formula BMW, so I mean, as motorsport, that is the dream. Every driver would love to make it there. So we we went over and the test went very well. The team was happy with me, and the team had set up an apartment for me in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. So they were like, brother, we need you to
All
you can
right.
come over immediately. But of
Oh.
course, my parents are very, very big on education and, having something to fall back on no matter what, man, because anything can happen no matter what dream you are pushing. So as soon as I had to finish my schooling first and then only, they gave me the blessing to go overseas.
Just after finishing school, let's look at it this way. 2 weeks after your metric, was it after you got your result or just after finishing writing
No,
your
no,
metric exams?
after
After you got the
wait,
result.
wait for the newspaper, the results to come out.
Okay, that makes sense now. So then from there, 2 weeks after you got the results were good, by the way, I hope.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, then from there, you just started the whole journey. Where did you go at first? From there, like,
Well, immediately I went to the team Emeritus GP in Malaysia.
okay,
Started the Formula BMW Championship, which went pretty well. It wasn't the easiest. There's a lot of things I had to adjust to, and
yeah,
from being used to staying at home with your parents
Okay.
and everything every day, now I sort of had to grow up pretty quickly, because I had to take advantage of the opportunity that I
Yeah.
had. Now I learned how to cook, like learning how to cook and finding your way around a whole
Yeah, I
new
understand.
city, a whole new country. But I mean, the team did help a lot with that. I'd always have someone to, like, if I need to go somewhere, they'd kind of show me how to get here, how the easy ways to
Okay.
go around, how to use public transport and all of those things.
that's good.
So then I guess from there it just carried on getting better and better. We did Formula BMW, and unfortunately after I think it was my second year, I made an accident where my thumb broke in two places, so
Ooh,
I had to come home, had a operation immediately, and the doctor gave me a plate and 8 screws. So it was just but luckily it was end of the season towards December, November time, so I had time to sort of heal and do the whole physio work. So January, Feb the following year, I could get back immediately, and the series went well. I mean, I learned a lot. It was an amazing
Oh, yes.
experience. Amazing experience. I mean, racing on Formula One circuits with thousands and thousands of fans, and the whole
Wow.
atmosphere and all of that is I
That's just
learned, and I took a lot from that.
Now I'm looking at the fact that straight from metric, you just traveling the world. Straight. Not everybody is fortunate to
Yes,
get
yes.
opportunity to just be like from metric you just go abroad. Most people it's metric, then I need to go study for 4 to 7 years in order to get that visa alone.
Yeah.
But then here you come in, you're a big kid, just metric, then you're going abroad. That must have been a wow. Now the first achievement. Tell us about that. How did it come about?
Geez, I guess maybe first achievement was in the karting days.
Okay.
Because it's something that all racing drivers like. If you can start out in karting, it helps a lot, because you learn everything, the dynamics of racing,
Okay.
the mental game as well, because you do need to keep a cool head. I guess my first big achievement was I went overseas to Belgium to compete in a Rotax Challenge event that was going on, and that was
Yes.
my first go-karting outing abroad. And they're like really big teams, and two of my friends that I used to kart with, we went over and we just decided to try one event, and I ended up winning a race called the Mojo Cup Challenge, and that was it was a huge shock. Like
Oh, yes.
in the race, I wasn't thinking. Obviously, just trying to think to get to the front, and once I got to the front, I kept my head down, kept pushing,
So it
pushing.
came
and
unexpected.
eventually, I saw the checkered flag, and I was like, "Oh, jeez,
That's it. Oh yeah. No, okay. No, that's
we've
nice.
actually done this." Yeah.
That's nice. So now I'm looking at also the fact that when currently, if I'm not mistaken, we are with VW, right?
No, I was with VW
Back then.
the past 2 years. Yeah.
Okay. Now
Past years.
that's when you also managed to get victory over the GTC challenge.
Yes, yeah. At Kyalami.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that how did the contract with VW come about?
Well, as when I came back from Asia, and I started a racing series called the VW Polo Cup,
Okay.
and I was fortunate enough to be taken in by a team called Terry Moss Racing, and they really groomed me, and brought me into like the we call it tin top racing,
Okay.
like saloon cars. It's very, very good team. So as I went on, driving the VW brand,
Yeah.
and the better as your results get better, and VW is also a company that has really they try their best to groom young drivers to be future champions. So the GT series came about, which was the first of its kind in South Africa, and they cancelled their rally program and started their circuit program. So I was lucky enough to get the call up to join the team, and we had great success, and of course I'd been with the brand for so long.
For so long.
So,
Okay.
great team setup, great brand, and everything worked well. As you say, I got the win at Kyalami, and I got a second and a third in the championship
Okay.
for 2 years in a row, which was
Wow,
amazing. The car was just fast out of the box immediately. Yeah.
So now, looking at this, it seems like you're a very busy person. Damn, very busy. Now, let's put it this way. How do you balance? Now, here's the thing. I'll call it your job. It's
Yeah.
what you do full time on racing. The guy is always on the road. But, I mean, you don't live like to be alone every time in your own room. You need people, social life,
Yes.
spiritual life, if I may put it that way. I mean, you got a lot of these things. How do you balance between your job and social life and spiritual life, those things?
I mean, you need to be as well to be relatable to people. You can't just be I can't just be just put my helmet on 24/7.
Yeah.
Although that's the happiest part of it when we're in the racing car. But when I'm away from the track, and like now that I've come back home, you find time. I need to find time for family. I love my family. They're big supporters of me. In through my whole actually racing career.
Okay.
And so when I come back, they also like to hear how everything went, and I like catching up with them as well with friends. And you need to always also like be normal and relax, and let your mind. Maybe I didn't have a good weekend
Yeah.
at the last event, just to relax and reset, and as well going to making time for church, because of course this is all really a big blessing, and I'm
indeed.
really really fortunate
Indeed.
to be able to do what I love basically as a job. I get to travel everywhere. I get to drive
Yeah.
amazing and really 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 fast cars, and it's like I am really lucky. So away from the track, it's just sort of resetting and calming down, and then
Yeah.
obviously after that maybe build up to the event, and I can
Mm.
start back into race mode and start preparing for the next event.
Now let's get to the most amazing part here for me. That recently you just came back from Germany.
Yes.
What was happening there? I heard something like the name Porsche. I mean, when we talk about Porsche, it's one of those things that everybody's like, wow, can't wait to see that. What was happening there with Porsche? What's happening? Tell us about that.
Well, I've got from racing overseas. I had an engineer that was from Germany, but he'd look after me when I was in Asia.
Okay.
So as you know, you always progress. Like I started in karting, I went to cars. Now, yeah, I always want to push myself to the next step. And of course, at the beginning, Formula One was the dream. But coming from South Africa, motorsport it's really not it's more of an elitist hobby here, and
Yeah.
it is really hard to get the support that some of the European and other countries around
They
the
do
world
get.
yeah
Yeah.
they get, because there are some countries that and their government give them the drivers a sort of a check to go to the team, and it is really really expensive. All racing is expensive. So I've decided, because I've still got like many years ahead of me, so we've decided to go the endurance route. So more long distance racing, and but still on a global stage. So my engineers at Hook put me together with a team that participates in the Porsche Super Cup
Alright.
in Europe, and we went over to Germany and met the team, and they'd been tracking my history, and they know what I've done and everything, and they were really like
So you got your feet on the Porsche.
yeah, we had a test, and I go to Austria in about 2 weeks, I think,
Okay.
for another test, so I can just acclimatize myself to all of the circuits there, and it is a very powerful car.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm getting used to the car, but the team is really helping me. They've got engineers, and the team's really getting themselves behind me, because I mean, they want success for me and for themselves as the brand, and myself. I don't want to be playing around at the back, you know, because I love the feeling of winning.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, that's
yeah,
nice.
I'm
Boom.
very competitive.
So, boom, let's ask. Do you have a driver's license?
Yeah. Yes.
No, I mean, you might be, let's say, maybe I'm afraid that you're driving all over the world, but you only allowed to drive on the tracks, but on the road, you know
Yeah.
this, so you never know what's going to happen. Now, tell me this now. The parents, how they handling all this? Because, I mean, their kid is out in the world, well-known sports star now. Everybody's like, Mandla Mdakane, oh, wow, that guy, that guy. How are they handling that? Are you a celebrity at home, or you just a kid when they say, go buy bread, you go there, buy bread, you don't ask questions?
No, of course. I mean, they are happy. They're very happy to have
Yes.
their child going all over the world and experiencing so many things. And I mean, like now, like with interviews and things like that, and your name being out there, and they're happy because it's the Dagani name is
Yeah, and
really becoming.
it's becoming a brand anyway. You can
Yeah,
do that,
it's becoming a brand. Slowly but surely we'll
getting
reach
there.
celebrity status. But I mean, besides, my dad loves it because he used to be in motorsport. My
Yes.
mom loves it. She's just, her heart, because
She's a mom, by the way.
yeah,
She's a mother,
she's
by the
still
way,
my
so,
mom.
yeah.
The speeds we do and like some of the things we do on the track are insane. So she tends to shut one eye and just hear that
So
my
they-
name
they-
that I just came around again. So everything's still
They
fine.
do watch the racing.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, that's-
My dad as well, but as they also have to keep the business going to keep me also going, because it is an expensive sport. But they are at every race, and basically my whole family is. It's like it's a big family outing, and I've got my nieces and nephews, and they love the loud cars and everything that's going on. So, I mean, it's worked out. Like I said, it was a dream. But they at home, I'm still a normal. In fact, they still
You
my
just
parents.
keep-
They are my parents at the end of the day. If they probably send me to go buy bread, I
No,
need
yeah,
to
no,
go
I
buy bread.
get that. Now, currently, which group are you with? Like, I mean, back then it was VW. Now, who are you working with?
It's well now I'm with a team called Hober Racing, because it's
Okay.
this Porsche series it's a one make series, so we all race Porsches. It's just it's different teams, so there may be a BEN team or another
Alright.
team, but it's all one brand. So we are all under sort of the Porsche stable with Hober Racing.
Okay, let's just to seal it now. I know this question is gonna make it a little bit uncomfortable, but is there any special person in your life that we don't know about that you might share with the viewers out there?
Yeah, it comes. Yes, yes. There's there is someone.
Someone
Yeah, there is someone.
around the continent, African continent, or the abroad?
No. She's stays here at Joburg.
In Joburg.
Yeah, she is.
Is
in
she
Joburg.
coping with her man?
Yeah,
speeding
well,
on
it's
TV?
it's. I guess it's something different to her as well. But she's also a big support as long
Okay.
as my family, and she loves the speed and racing. Just of course, I just mustn't get hurt, I guess. At the end
No,
of-
that's nice, man. Thank you so
at the
much
end
for
of the
being
day.
here at Beckers and Look. Hope to see you again next time, but out there on the TV screens. You heard it, guys, for yourself. That's it from Mandla Mdakane, the first black person. I'll say this again. This is still black excellence. It's a black person excelling there. The first person to take that global tour championship premier. He's the first one. I mean, he's the first one. So, man, thank you so much. Hope
Thank
to
you. Thank
see
you
you
for
some
having me.
out there. All the best, man.
Thanks.
Ciao. Thank you.
Ciao.